T-minus 5, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
The four amigos tonight. So Kev can't make it tonight, unfortunately, because he's not very well. But so Kev, when you watch it on catch up, well, if you're watching now, wish you speedy recovery, etc., etc. So get soon. We need you back here. Anyway, how's everyone in the panel? Terry's can't speak because he's
for a change.
He's jumping. Marcus, what you got? What's new? What's new in the world?
I've been doing a lot of flying. Yeah, been getting out there. Yeah, we had just some poor weather the last couple of days, but anytime we get some sunny weather, because what you know is this time of year, you get a sunny day, you better get out and fly because it's your chance.
Yeah, indeed, that's what you got to do. You seize the moment.
Just the update for the Air 3 yesterday. They got a new update came out. It was one of those mysterious updates that it, fixes unresolved bugs or something like that. So I haven't flown it yet since I did the update, so we'll see.
Get through the mosquitoes and everything else. Jackie.
What?
I've lost the thread of what I was going to say now. So if anyone's watching Jackie's channel, YouTube channel, welcome to the live stream. Don't forget, if you're not a member of Facebook our group, join it today.
Yes.
Join YouTube.
Put a banner in there. There's a banner just to remind everyone. Don't forget to check out our Facebook group, Drone Seekers International, the only friendly YouTube channel and Facebook channel.
Yes.
Agree?
The best. Oh, what are you doing?
My camera just there, and I'm trying to change my YouTube channel.
Working? Does that make it work?
No.
Apparently, if you stand right on your head, you'll be in Australia. You know that, don't you?
Yeah. Now I've got a little thumbnail of me. Terry 8.
Let's have a look who's in the chat. We've got Patrick Morris. We've got 107 Drones. Harvey, thinking early. You're not early now, Mark. Harvey, you're there now. Tony, I think, yeah. Terry H.
Terry H. He's everywhere.
We have Chuck.
That's me.
Chuck's been trip back from
Troops.
London.
Yeah.
We've got Captain Joe. Well, that's right. I've always on there twice as well. And Captain Kirk, beam me up the sky.
We've got Gary.
We have Gary somewhere. Where is he? He was there a minute ago.
Yeah.
Oh, Laurie. I mustn't forget Laurie.
Got Gary in the sky.
Gerard's there. How you doing? And
Where's Caroline?
Yeah, where's Caroline?
Flying Media.
Yeah.
DWJ.
She's got to change her clocks, maybe.
She might be on her way to España.
Oh, yeah.
España. Who else we got? I've done Alan. Well, Mickey Moo. Of course, Mickey Moo.
We've got Chris Wedgeworth back. We've been hanging around for 3.5 hours.
We put the fireworks behind you just so you can see. Just about to see the fireworks. Hello.
Yeah.
Jerry, are you doing?
Can I just say thank you to everybody who did wish Linda a happy birthday?
Yes.
She was very, very, very chuffed, thinking,
Oh, bless.
Yeah, good.
Her birthday today. She's 70. Am I allowed to say it on air? 60.
55.
21. Paddy?
Sally's there.
Linda! Jackie
You
said,
get it now, Jackie.
It wasn't me. It was Jackie said it.
Edit that bit out, yeah. 21.
Yeah.
21
We've got to rewind them. Rick's there. How you doing, Rick? King Fuller. Evening all. Terry said
okay.
Hey.
Stevie Knowles is here, and Dave Cullen's here, and on the sky drone. We have to get some names for these people.
This is in Scotland.
In Scotland. I kind of knew then.
Reminds me of the Alan Parsons Project.
Jay Richards, how you doing?
What?
And
hello, Jay.
Oh, Albion Drones. Suzanne's here.
I'm not going to write anything tonight because everything I write is doubled
Johnny
up.
Mac 26.
Did you say hi to Barkley?
I'm not sure I've got that far yet.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Chris Wedgwood. I've got him. Catskill Brad. Catskill Brad. Brad Pitt. Right. Anyone else? Oh, I can't even say that. Drone Potty Bleu. The Brazilian, I'm guessing. Mark Sullivan is here. And anyone else?
We got Alan, right?
Yeah, I've got Alan. Well,
Okay.
Where's Brad then? I can't see Brad. Anyway, Brad, welcome. Barkley. Barkley.
Yeah, 107.
Oh, 107s. Yeah,
that was right at the very top. It was about the second one. I just said one of them.
Him and Patrick were in first.
So Barkley, I might have made a mistake. Is it Spanx or Spanky? You got to let us know. What's the name of his monkey?
Oh. Okay.
No, I'm not kidding. That's not even a joke. It's not a joke.
Hey,
I'm telling you.
Remember, there's children watching this.
No,
Spanky the monkey.
it's a serious question.
Spanky.
Michael's Drones and RCs. Right, last one. Okay.
Oh, Michael. Hi, Michael.
So.
He does tech stuff.
Okay, right. So,
what's happening?
Change the banners. Hang on. Right. Okay. So we have a special guest. We're arranging it later. Out with sausage rolls, no doubt. Well, who cares? It doesn't matter. You're welcome.
Let's welcome this week's Drone Seekers live show special guest.
How are you all doing?
We're all this technology has gone to our heads, I think. We don't know what we're doing.
My name's Terry H, and everything I say comes up twice. My name's Terry H. Everything I say comes up twice.
Terry, have you seen what Gary's put on there?
No, not yet. Where is it?
Hang on. That.
Oh, God.
Very nice.
Gary, I just pressed the buttons.
Me and Terry, especially, and Marcus, I think we'll take that. We can take that as a compliment.
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
Well, listen. So evidently, Barkley just said Spank is retired. So I made a mistake in my video. I was calling him Spanky, but it's Spank. But now it's Keiko, and Keiko is appropriate, I think. Keiko was the talking gorilla.
Oh.
No, that was Coco.
Oh.
No, yeah.
Not in Planet of the Apes.
So Keiko, well, I don't know. Barkley's going to have to explain that one to us, too.
Yeah.
Sorry, Barkley.
Anyway, how you doing, Ian? You're in down there.
Down there, yeah, on the south coast, yeah.
South coast, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm on the east coast, you're on the south coast.
So have you been droning anywhere good lately, Ian?
Yeah, I've been droning all over the place. I've been down the coast just this afternoon. Last weekend we were in Wales for 3 days, so we had I got as much as I could in without upsetting the missus at the same time, you know, as we were travelling around and stuff. So Yeah.
balance your holiday.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I've been out and about all over the place. It's great. Yeah, I love
Brilliant.
As you can see in the background, you've actually got the flag there. And I thought, being the 5th of November, I thought I'd put some fireworks on. I thought, when can I get a firework video for him? Ian.
Hey,
so sorry, Ian. I'm pinching a bit of your video. Sorry.
That's all right.
As the only person from the colonies on the on this panel right now, I know who Guy Fawkes is, and I know that story. What is Guy Fawkes Day?
What is it? Well, it's where they actually build a big bonfire and put up. They used to put like a model. We used to make a model, not a model, like
effigy.
A pair of old pair of trousers and a shirt, stuff it with newspaper, and we used to put a mask on it and call it. It was Guy Fawkes. And what happens with that? On the 5th of November, they used to build bonfires. I think they've been outlawed in most places now. Put the guy on top of it and burn it.
Burn Guy Fawkes. Now
we used to go out penny for the guy.
We did.
Right.
We did. This was long before Halloween as well. Halloween. Halloween
used to make loads.
It was Halloween. I didn't know when I was a kid. I didn't know of Halloween. I'd never heard of it. But of course,
Guy Fawkes was bigger, wasn't it? And gunpowder plot.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
We used to just go out penny for the guy. So penny for the guy, mister. And just like throw us a penny or a pound. If they were going in the pub, they give us a penny. Coming out of the pub and just give us all the change. Mickey Moose's gunpowder plot. That's right, gunpowder plot, and what was it?
And he wasn't successful, right? He was trying to blow up Parliament, and he didn't do it. Yeah.
No, he because as well, because he planted. I think someone dobbed him in, didn't they? I think it was some turncoat in his little clan of people. They put loads of kegs of gunpowder under the old House of Parliament, not the House of Parliament that exists these days. And they actually did made a model somewhere in scale model of what it would have done if it had been successful. I must admit, there wouldn't have been a lot left of the building or the concepts.
Wouldn't have been pretty. Yeah.
Gary, I am that old. They use me as the guy. It was Captain Blood that led the attempt to blow up Parliament, and they filled the underneath grounds, put it through with dynamite, and as you said, somebody did let the cat out of the bag, and they were all executed.
No bueno.
So these fireworks behind us, you shot them, didn't you, Ian?
I did indeed, yeah.
So what did you film them on?
That was I think that video there was on the Mavic 3 Pro. The reason it was so easy to shoot those fireworks is because I was there with the organizer of it. So I was pretty much standing right next to the guy that was pressing all the buttons on the computer panel as he done it. So it was being in there was a lot easier than if you were trying to film some show somewhere that you didn't have access to. So
was that on the Solent, Ian?
That was on the Hamble River, just south side of Southampton. Yeah. That was a private party at someone's house. That was so.
It looks a bit closer because I've actually zoomed in a little bit to actually fill the screen up. So that's messing around with Premiere Pro. I do enjoy using that program. Anyway, so we've got some videos to watch, and the first one I thought we'd show is the Portsmouth and what was his name? Right, that makes sense. I'll tell you what, we'll just watch the video. It'll run the screen behind it. Hit it.
Yay!
That circular fort that looked like a giant donut. I missed the name of it.
That's Fort Brockhurst.
Fort
That looks
Brockhurst.
amazing.
Yeah.
Whereabouts was that?
That's in Gosport. Yeah, not far from us. Yeah.
What a building.
Yeah, you can go in there. It's free. It's free to go in there. Yeah, it's English
Cool.
There's
Heritage.
a whole series of those forts, and they were built by Palmerston.
Yeah.
A lot of them were done during the Napoleonic Wars, and there's several further out to sea, out towards the end of the Solent.
Yeah.
I think they're hotels now, aren't they, Ian?
I think the one in the Solent is. I actually learned something about those forts the other day. They're all spaced like far enough away from each other so they can fire on each other. So if one gets taken out, they can wipe it out themselves. Yeah. So
wow.
Well, their arc of fire would include the next one to it. Yeah.
Just in case it gets taken over, and then they can wipe it out themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing like looking at buildings in this video and realizing how many of them are older than the United States.
That is so true. I was about to say.
Very true. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's it. We're just ancient in the UK, aren't we?
Let's. You are us. We are you. I mean, right? Really?
That's it.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
I can't just keep watching them fireworks.
Yeah.
Have you filmed Nelson's column at back up the hill at the back of Portsmouth?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've done a whole video on that. Yeah, well, with the fort next to it as well, with Fort Nelson next to it. Yeah.
Oh, that's very good up there. But there is some Royal Naval submarine research and development place up there as well.
There is, right next to it. So you've got to be a little bit careful in the distance. I think it's a geofence anyway, so you couldn't, fly the DJI.
Well, I was going to ask though, Ian, when you're filming like naval vessels, like you did the QE2 and HMS Gloucester and stuff, is there any problem actually filming them?
I mean, there's no restrictions in place. There's no sort of NATS, NOTAM in place stopping you from flying or anything like that. There's no restrictions. But I always sort of err on the caution. I wouldn't fly over the top of a current in use Royal Naval ship. It's just not going to happen. I'll always keep my distance, and just sort of go around. I mean, the way I look at it is it's no different to someone standing next to it on the bank looking at it anyway, because you're that close
that's right.
in the harbour. So,
my fantasy of going up the runway on QE2 with my Avata just wouldn't do it.
It's so tempting when you come around the back and you think, I could just
I could just go along there, yeah. But they were absolutely fantastic, and I know that area very well, as I said to you earlier. But those shots that you did there were absolutely superb. Really were.
Well, Gary's asked the question. He says, "I think you meant how long you've been flying." I think it's
how long?
How long?
How long?
Oh, that's just Gary speaking. How long?
How long? Speak up.
He's been going to be Charlie's takeaways.
Yeah.
So how long have you been flying?
Oh, me? Oh, well, I've took it back up again. I've put the past sort of just over a year now. I had a drone quite a long time ago. Back in 2012, I had one of the first DJI Phantom drones. So I've been flying a while. I just sort of had a break for many years, but I picked it up again just over a year ago. Yeah, with the Mini 3 Pro, and then it must have been about 4 or 5 months ago now. I got the Mavic 3 Pro to go along with it. So
when you left to fly, when you started flying again, I mean, did you find it was like, well, sort of picking up from where you left off?
Just like riding a bike, Steve.
Pretty much so, yeah. Yeah, pretty much so. Apart from you just had, a much better tech. With that first Phantom, the first Phantom 1, it was it's the ones you had to literally put the LiPo battery in and shut the door. And you got all of about 7 minutes out of it or something like that, and buzzing around the park. So
one of the Sky Drones says he said just redone my license renewal, taking 9 years flying now. It must be, it must be about 7 years for me. I think. And you, Jackie, about 7 years, 6 years.
Well, we started.
Got my drone.
Together, though, Jackie.
2018, yeah.
2018, okay.
Yeah.
Right at the end of 2018, like literally.
Yeah, 2016 for me. So yeah, it's been a while. Hey, Steve, we forgot something here. She is in the house now.
Yeah,
Oh,
now she's
sorry, yeah.
Just give me the count.
1, 2, 3.
We
Good
can
We'll be able to sing that to her soon.
It has to be done. Sorry.
Sorry, Ian. It's just something we do.
Gary said, I used to work with a fellow who was once a chef on QE2, who told Prince Charles as he was
Yeah.
As he was then.
Oh right, yeah, of course.
Oh.
He's King Charles now, isn't he?
King Charles.
Yeah. I still call him Prince Charles. I'm sure lots of people do as well.
6 years with camera drones, 2 years with indoor drones without camera. I don't know. It'd be interesting seeing people in the chat how long they've actually been flying drones and see who's been flying drones the longest.
9
Mark,
years, I reckon.
when did you start, Mark? It must have been about 2016 for you, wasn't it?
2016, yeah.
Yeah.
2015.
Phantom 3.
Mm.
I think we all here. Well, I think a lot of us sort of started at a similar time, didn't we? We all sort of.
So I'll never forget how everybody starts with a toy drone, right? And I just thought, okay, these drones look interesting, and I bought this big JJRC something. It didn't have optical flow, didn't have anything. I could barely, after hours and hours, I could kind of get it to hover, but I could never keep it in a hover very long, and it was always go, into a fence or something. Then I saw a YouTube video with a guy with a GPS drone, and I said, and that's about the time that DJI started selling the Phantom 3 refurbs, and I think I paid $369 for a Phantom 3 standard, and I will never forget the wonder of the first time launching that drone, and it just sat there, and I could move the controls, I could point. I was like, "Holy cow!"
Yeah. It very, very much so. I mean, my first drone, was just, call it was a drone in description, I suppose, about where it ended. It was just totally uncontrollable. You couldn't, I had someone who'd been flying drones for years and playing remote control planes. They were trying to stabilize. He said, I can't. So that was very short-lived, that drone. I think it flew at least twice, and then ended up in the weed. I think I actually ended up doing a cartwheel, going across the wall sideways, and landed on my neighbour's roof.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he handed me all the bits back, which I very daintily put in the wheelie bin.
There you go.
That was in that, and then of course the DJI Phantom 3.
But the other thing is, Steve, so I was looking at some of my old Phantom 3 footage the other day, just raw video footage, and the improvement in the quality of the video and the gimbals and everything on the newer drones is stunning. Until I remember at the time thinking it looked really, really good, but when you compare it with what you get off of your drone today, it's
when you think about talk about the mini series. I never had a mini one. I had a mini 2. I remember I was saying to you, Marcus, I bought this mini 2. I'm not sure if I should have bought this drone. And then when I saw the quality from this tiny little drone, I thought, wow.
Amazing.
Just
Incredible, isn't it? Yeah.
So Ian, what was your first drone?
It was a Phantom. Well, it was the Phantom 1, but it was the
Oh, it was
FC40 model. It had a sort of fixed camera, so there was no gimbal at all. So it was all over the place.
Oh.
I've still got the videos on YouTube. They're set as private, but you look back on them now and you just think, oh my god, it literally looks like something from the 70s or something. That's how much it's moved on. It's incredible.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, they have. Oh, Gary wants Mr. Guest, you've got a new name now, Ian. Mr. Guest.
How many drones do you have?
I've got 2 drones. I've got the Mini 3 Pro and the Mavic 3 Pro.
There's a man with common sense.
It's not got out of control, has it?
Yeah.
Mark hasn't got out of control yet. Like I said, he's
Rick wants to know what editing suite you use, Ian?
Yeah.
I use a program called LumaFusion on iOS. Yeah.
Okay.
Ron Brown swears by that. He loves it.
Where do you get your music from? That was the other part of the question.
Epidemic. Yeah, Epidemic Sound. Yeah.
Well, that's what I like. I mean, I use it. I'm not looking back because obviously you can search for, so many different things. The length of the thing. So I want a video that's a music that's 3 minutes and 2 seconds. You just adjust these things, and there we are. There's your choice.
I find the music part the hardest bit of it. I just seem to sit there for hours on end just trying to find that.
Finding the right bit,
yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, Jackie, when you're looking, because you use, who do you use? You don't use
Google.
I know. Well, I have signed up to Epidemic, but I haven't used it yet.
Wow.
You were a Google Music Library fan, Jackie.
I am. I still use that, even though I've signed up to Epidemic. I had a little search around Epidemic, and I thought, I can't figure out how to search for what I want. Yeah, I know how to do it on the audio library, so I have no time to do anything.
The music will make some video, and it's true because obviously when you're watching a video, when you put a video together, I mean, do you tend to? How do you do, Jackie? Do you get music?
Well, obviously I go out and fly, and then I've got an idea in my head, and then I'll listen to some music, and I'll know I've got the right tune when I can see in my mind's eye the clips fitting into the tune to make the story. And sometimes I'll spend like half a day, even more, listening to the right bit of music.
You do the same thing, do you do the same thing? Do you?
Yeah, the same thing. I'll go out and fly, and then I'll sit. Afterwards, before I start the edit, I'll find the tune first because I find if I haven't got that tune first, how am I going to make it? Go to the beats or
that's right.
Same sort of thing. So. Yeah,
Gary said, do you enjoy fly or editing most? I mean,
both equally for me. I like the both.
Never use music in my videos.
That's not true.
Once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
You had the 1812 on the other day.
On the lightning video.
Yeah.
That one's about 30,000 views now too.
Well, the fun with Epidemic, when you sign up for Epidemic, you actually tell them your YouTube channel is so there's no controversy, don't you?
Right,
Because it then tells YouTube, listen, I'm using this music from here. Okay.
So Steve, you have subscribed to Epidemic Sound?
Yeah.
So you could play one of Ian's videos with the music and you would not get a copyright strike because you're a subscriber.
Well, it'd be interesting to know because I mean, I don't know. We'll find out later.
I signed up for Epidemic.
You should
get a bit
theory
of
be fine. Yeah,
you're fine.
Yeah. It's true. You're right because if they realise that music comes from Epidemic, then technically they should try and say, okay, fine. So it'd be interesting. I mean, is all your music from Epidemic then?
The ones you're showing tonight, they're all from Epidemic. Yeah.
Right, okay. So we'll see. But I mean, obviously, Facebook does have an issue with all sorts of music and whatever these days. I mean, they're getting they get threats every week now. It's like, sorry. So I just, to be honest with you, the easiest way I just delete this show from Facebook because it just isn't worth the argument. There we are. Right, another video, methinks, and this one is Stonehenge. I love this one.
Oh,
Excellent.
the fog
Again.
does that, doesn't it?
I think Gary liked that one.
Yeah, one of the best videos he's ever seen.
Must admit,
Thank you.
Tracy, it adds a little bit more mystery to the whole thing of Stonehenge. doesn't it?
So Stonehenge is probably National Trust, right?
Yep.
I
So-
think it is, yeah.
Flying your drone there, is it a no-fly zone or how do
It's,
you...
at the moment, it is a no-fly zone until sometime in November. It's a little bit tricky there. When I flew, there was no flight restriction in place, so I was lucky. But
Oh,
I
good.
think it was a week or two afterwards they put in an FRZ there again. So
Oh,
yeah, it's it's you got to be a bit tricky. I mean, I was there at 6 o'clock in the morning when there was no one around. The moment I saw the first tourist coming out at 7 o'clock, the drone was back in and landed, and I was gone. You know, so
Good idea. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
That was a beautiful video. That was amazing.
yeah. I'm like Gary. I mean, Gary said just to capture that. I mean, you got a bit of both there. I mean, you got the sort of the mist of the early morning and the sun sort of rising on the stones and whatever. Because I think it's a whole complete mystery anyway. Stonehenge. I just think it's an amazing feat. You know, just look at that. I mean,
is there something special about that video, though, Ian? Like,
That'll be
yes.
that'll be shown on ITV on the 19th of November. Yeah,
Very cool.
on the
Oh,
Alan
excellent.
show in the morning. Yeah, so
nice.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope they don't change the music. That I think they might do, but because of the copyright thing. But I hope they don't. So yeah,
We actually have Stonehenge in the United States
You do?
on the Columbia River. Now, there was a guy in World War I that kind of rebuilt his version of Stonehenge, and I've actually flown it over it with a drone.
What? And it looks the same as?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it wasn't like the one in that film, was it?
Well,
What was
it's
that
smaller.
film where they wanted
The
them,
skulls are all standing up in this one.
they wanted a
Yeah.
model of Stonehenge. I'm trying to think of the film now. Someone perhaps in the chat, but the film once they said for their stage prop, they said, what we want is a model of Stonehenge. But unfortunately, the designer got the wrong dimensions. It was about a foot tall. They lowered it onto the stage. What? Oh dear. You also have London Bridge. Oh yeah, you also have the London Bridge.
We did well. That we have the real London Bridge. We stole that son of a gun from you. Yeah,
Is it sort of in the desert somewhere, that bridge?
it's in Arizona. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We sold it to a guy, didn't we? A private
Yeah.
investor.
I think they thought they were getting Tower Bridge.
No,
there.
the story went that obviously they thought London Bridge and thought, well, the best London Bridge has got to be the one with it's got to be Tower Bridge. But
Yeah.
I sort of looked this up a bit more, and that's not quite a true story. It was actually they obviously. I think that what I think though, to actually take the whole thing apart and put it back together. Imagine get a bit of chalk and write on the bricks.
Yeah.
Before.
A, B, B. Put them all back up. Oh my God.
A gigantic Lego building, I think.
You know, that would be actually so easy to do now with modern, laser technology and stuff. They could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Barton said, "Do you want to buy a bridge?"
Yeah.
Well, Tracy, in the States, you got some pretty impressive bridges, haven't you? I mean, they might not be as old as London Bridge. I mean, well, you got London Bridge, but some of the bridges, I mean, they're quite sort of big bridges.
They did, and
Golden Gate Bridge.
that they killed a lot of people making them building them too. So
Yeah. Well, it's the same with all these viaducts and whatever that we had in the UK. I mean, a lot of them have been destroyed now, unfortunately, because I mean they were work of art. It took so long to build, and about 10 minutes to bring them down again with dynamite. You know, you think, what a waste of. Of course, people would no doubt lost their lives building those things.
Yeah.
Because, well, they certainly didn't have the technology of building things in them days, did they? So
that's exactly right.
health and safety didn't exist.
Mickey Moo says IKEA flat pack is his limit.
I'm not even sure about IKEA flat packs. Sometimes you get them and you think, but that's how I've got to.
So I need to ask Ian, have you been up in that Spinnaker tower that you had in your other video?
Actually, inside, yeah, I've been up there a few times. Yeah, it's really good up there. You've got a glass floor and stuff you can walk on.
Nice.
What was that built for, then, Ian?
Sorry?
It's a bar,
What
isn't
is the
it?
purpose? What is it, though?
I mean, well, it's like a viewing platform on the first level with the glass floor so you can walk off. If you're scared of heights, definitely do not do that. And then it's got the second floor is like a restaurant sort of stroke bar thing, and then the third floor is just like another viewing deck, I think. So yeah, you can just go up there, have something to eat and coffee or beer in the evening, and yeah, just a nice view. You can see, you can see, everywhere.
Yeah.
It's that, it's like, yeah.
Starship one of Pride's drone videos says on Paul says I built a bridge from Lego. My cat destroyed it.
Hey, I've got a question for our EU people and UK people with regard to the new drone regulation that's coming into effect, the 120 meter limit.
Yep.
That just seems weird to me. So no matter what, you can't go above 400 feet, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that going to? So okay? So 120 meters restriction in height. Where from, though, Marcus?
From your takeoff point.
Takeoff point.
Yeah.
Right. So
if you want to go up a mountain,
so if you was already 120 meters up,
way
you
up.
could go another 120 meters above that, then, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, which is what the law is at the moment, anyway. So
Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah.
it's,
The only time you can fly higher than 120.
Okay, so you could, in other words, like for instance, if I'm flying up a mountain, I can set my limit as high as I want, and as long as I'm within 400 feet AGL, I'm perfectly legal.
Yeah.
But
in Europe, that's going to change.
That's going to change, right?
Yeah.
So you
It's
can't.
400 feet above takeoff point.
Steve Sutton made a video about it and basically said, "Hang on to your Mini 3." I went.
So Carolyn is saying no, it's 120 meters AGL, which that's the same as the US, Carolyn. But
yeah, but that's in the UK. In
that's
Europe,
not the EU. The EU is different,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Gary's always saying that there's always been a limit of 400 feet or 120 meters from your boots.
Yeah, of course.
I think that's going to affect more commercial pilots. The ones that have got permission to fly above 120 for whatever reason it is. They've got the permission.
Inspecting a tower,
So
yeah, exactly.
I'm assuming this 120 meter limit is to do with when they're sort of the plans to do sort of more sort of deliveries with drones and whatever, because obviously they're going to be set above that, aren't they? I'm guessing that's what it's all about. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well. So for instance, in the U.S., we've got the 400 rule. So in other words, if you've got a Part 107 license, if I'm within 400 feet of, let's say, a skyscraper building, I can fly up to 400 feet above the top of that building.
Caroline said it's only for CO labeled drones that will not be able to go above 120 meters from takeoff height. So
yeah, but if you take, I get it. So I understand what she's saying. So if you're commercial, you're licensed as a commercial, and so that CO label is not as important, right?
But Tony said it's not coming to the UK. Well, because technically we are part of Europe. It's not yet Europe. It's the EU, isn't it? It's an EU regulation, I'm guessing. Yeah. But I bet it does come here. Because let's face it, we might not be in the EU anymore, but we still abide by the rules. The EASA is as strong and relevant in the UK that it is in.
Anyway, I didn't mean to muddy things up. I was just trying to understand.
Well, we're still trying to understand it. Don't worry.
Yeah, so Carolyn is saying C1 drones are not affected. So if you're in the EU and you have whatever that next step license up, then you're okay. In other words, somebody inspecting a tower, they would, right?
Yeah.
Stephen's video was quite interesting because he said it's not as simple as just declassifying that drone.
Right.
You have to get additional permissions to go in that extra bit of airspace. It just sounded like a right headache. So I decided it'd be easier just to walk halfway up the mountain you want a video and then fly.
Yeah, but in all fairness, I mean, let's face it, 400 feet for a drone is pretty high, isn't it? I mean, because at the end of the day, much higher than that, and you're going to be thinking, well, what are you filming? You know, Ian, how often do you fly above, anywhere near 400 feet?
I never fly above 400 foot because I've got mine set to stop at 400 foot, within the software. So,
but what I mean, you don't need to. That's what
I don't need to. No, I mean, especially where I'm flying in Portsmouth Harbour and things like that as well. It's not really safe to fly above 400. There's military helicopters whipping up and down there at random, and it's just not safe. So
every time I fly, mine says maximum flight altitude reached.
Yeah.
Change it from Brooklyn, Jackie.
For instance, I was in the Boise foothills the other day, so I'm right at the base of the mountains. Right, I set my height way up so that as I was going up those mountains, I may have been 800 feet above my takeoff point, but I was never at any point. In fact, I was close to the ground. I probably wasn't more than 100 feet from ground level at any time during the flight.
Which
anyway,
I think is fine.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to.
You can declassify Mini 4 Pro, remove the CO label or the C0 label, then send the pic to DJI and they'll remove the height limit.
You better be licensed.
Stephen's video. Watch Stephen's video. There's more to it than that.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. It's on his channel.
The other thing is that I think is important is like when I'm up in the mountains like that in the foothills, I always set my return to home height way up there too, because if you happen to go around a peak, you want the drone to have a chance to get high enough to get over the top. And it's never going to be illegal because it's going to be within, the contours of the mountains.
I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree with you more because that was how I nearly lost my my drone because obviously we were lower down and I went up. And then when it wasn't the fact I hit return to home, it's just the fact that the drone decided to because he lost signal and I couldn't see what the hell he was doing until I quickly looked and saw it hit a roof.
I see
evidence of that one. But hey, it lived to tell another story.
And what's interesting about those kind of situations is when the drone, that can happen instantly. In other words, you have good FPV and good signal, and then all of a sudden you don't.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like it goes away slowly. Sometimes it does, but often it's just instantly you lose connection.
That's the annoying thing about the fact, that obviously if it starts to break up, you can think, quick turn around. But of course, by the time when you've lost it, how do you do that? I mean, you've got no control. The drone's thinking, what should I do now? Well, he's not coming after me. I'll just return home. Maybe what I should have done is started running towards him.
Reconnected. But then you wouldn't have got that fabulous footage, Steve.
No. And let's face it, I mean, I sacrificed I didn't sacrifice the drone because it just flew.
No, because luckily Steve Knowles found it.
Yeah, well done, Steve Knowles.
I get what you're saying about running towards the drone, but I'll tell you what I often do when that happens is I am moving the antennas around, trying to hold the antenna to try and regain connection.
I think what it was, Marcus, is I actually sort of gone from where we took off. So, you're flying around and you don't realise you're avoiding buildings or whatever. You don't realise because you can't actually, obviously you're seeing the drone through the goggles. The drone went over and it's gone over the edge. Of course, the next thing is like just black signal. Nothing. Yeah. There's nothing there at all. I'm thinking, ouch.
You guys in your goggles, I'm telling you.
Love me goggles. Hello, Ray. How are you?
Yeah, Ray says hello. Yeah, hello, Steve, Terry, Marcus, Jackie, and Ian.
Ian, point at Terry.
Right.
That's so unfair.
You don't care.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you 5 seconds to think about it. Ready?
And now it's time for Terry's joke of the week.
I'm still pointing. Hey?
No, I'm not pointing now. No.
All right. You're ready.
Yeah.
For the golfers amongst us, Johnny staggers into an emergency room with 2 black eyes and a 5-iron wrapped around his throat. The doctor looked at him and said, What happened?
Well, said Johnny. Well, it was like this. I was having a quiet game of golf with my wife when she sliced her ball into a pasture of cows. We went to look for it. It's the 9-iron pressing on my throat. It's causing a problem. Went to look for it, and while I was rooting around, I noticed one of the cows had something white at its rear end. I walked over, lifted up the tail, and sure enough, there was my wife's golf ball stuck right in the middle of the cow's arse. That's when I made my mistake.
Why? What did you do?
Well, I lifted the tail and yelled to my wife, "Hey, honey, this looks like yours."
Terry's joke of the week.
Oh, dear. Now I can understand. Right, video time. Let's go. Newark Priory.
Nice and chilled.
Yeah. Looks so peaceful as well. It's like,
Yes.
I don't know if you noticed the rainbow that was in there, but that meant rain was coming. It was that one last shot, and I was like, I've got to get this last shot. And I've just got the drone back in time. It got a few spots of rain on it. It was quick, in, down, land, in the case, gone. Yeah.
I'm just on my way back from an organised firework display this evening, saw a great example of stupidity. A Mini 3 or 4 took off right in the middle of the crowd, about 6,000. Yeah, I think
You'll get it.
above crowds, 6,000 people would definitely rate as a crowd, I'm sure. So it's a big no.
Well, it's amazing how it just takes a couple of really idiots to ruin it for everybody else. And that's what you worry about, you know.
But this is, but I mean, these are why these rules are in place. You know, like it or not, you know. I mean, it says, you know, I mean, a crowd is, I'm guessing, people who, or rather, or what is not classed as a crowd, as people who could disperse quickly. 6,000 people.
Yeah, no.
It's when they can't get out of the way, isn't it? If it falls,
Exactly.
if they can't move, like if they're tightly together, that's a big no-no. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I mean, you imagine 6,000 people. I mean, the people on the outside get out, but the people in the middle don't start moving for about 10 minutes after, do they?
I would also argue, though, that a sub 250 drone, it's probably not so dangerous.
Well, no, it's not so dangerous. It's just the fact that they're the rules, and you don't do it.
Of course, I totally agree. Yeah.
Right. Well, because we're running short time, we're going to show another video now. This is another one of my favourites from Ian. The Adventure in Wales, which I guess was filmed a week ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, just last weekend. Yeah.
There you go. So enjoy.
Thank you.
Yay!
Nice. It really looks like you're enjoying flying your drones lately, Ian.
Yeah. You're certainly getting about. Where's in Wales? I mean, so what have you got in line next for your next target, as it were? Or
next. Do you know what? I'm not sure at the moment. Actually, I'd like to actually go down and get some more cruise ships in, nighttime cruise ship stuff. Yeah, as I'm a bit closer to Southampton now, so yeah, I think that'll be next when the weather's good. Go and get some cruise ships done. Yeah,
I love that bridge to Wales, though. It's just amazing. I've never been over it, mind you, but
That's £5.10 or something, don't it, to get over it? Is it something like that?
No, it didn't cost anything. Both ways. Yeah.
Maybe it's a different bridge I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
the Queen Elizabeth Bridge, I don't want to say, they're not £5.10. It's quite a bit of money. You have to pay to go over
That's
it.
the one at Dartford, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they did say. They did say.
I'm thinking about the one in Gavin and Stacey where they have to pay to go over it each time.
What is that one?
The suspension bridge.
I don't know what it's called. Oh, Tony reckons it's free now, so maybe it was that bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave says it's free as well now.
Free now. It's free now. It's free.
It's free. It's free now. It's free now.
It's free.
Terry H.
Hello, Mark.
Mark's joining us a bit late, but anyway, Mark.
Yeah.
Keep changing the clocks is what he's upsets everyone.
Oh, it's confusing everyone, isn't it?
We just fell back last night.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yep.
All back. Bring forward.
Well,
Bob's gone off to Africa.
yeah,
Shout
Bob
out, Bob.
in Nairobi. He was on his first flight. I'm not sure.
On his airplane.
I guess it's a few hours flight there. I guess it's, I don't know. I'll tell you what, 8, 9 hours.
You'll be in Miami soon, Steve.
Yeah, we'll be in Miami soon. We're gonna go film one of them bridges, don't we?
No, I want to film a crocodile.
Well, that's a croc.
Or is it an alligator?
I think they're more alligators than crocodiles, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's alligators, rather.
I don't think
crocodile.
there's any. Are there any crocodiles in Florida? I don't know. Or lots of gators, but yeah.
Gators, yeah. Alligators.
It's in the what it, oh, I can't what it's called now. In Miami, the with a big park place here. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Whatever it's called. Near Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale and Miami are right together. Yeah.
How far? It's about 50 miles or not as far as that?
Probably. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Might even be a little less.
That's where Matt lives. Matt Cundiff lives.
Yeah. Matt Cundiff is in Fort Lauderdale.
He should have got to pop in for a cup of coffee, Terry.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. We might need that.
Camper on his lawn.
The Everglades, that's what I'm trying to think of. The
Everglades. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's where you're going to find those gators. Yeah.
So
we could go for a ride on an airboat.
Airboat.
Yes, that's right.
So the Everglades reminds me of that episode of Only Fools and Horses.
That's right. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, but boys in the Marley were on there, so like, Rodney says to Dale, it's all forward. There's an alligator right behind him. Yeah, nice one. Well, no, it's time again. So, Ian, all I can say is thank you ever so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure watching these videos, and obviously, don't forget to check Gospel Aerial Photography.
And watch the show he's going to be on, the Alan Titchmarsh show.
Yeah, and what day is it?
Oh, yes.
Sunday morning, the 19th of November, yeah. Alan Titchmarsh, Love Your Weekend show.
On BBC, is it BBC?
ITV.
ITV, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there we are. So, yeah, check it all out, and we'll see you all again next week. All the time that Caroline said, Bob going off by Gatorade. Very good indeed. Right, okay, well, so one thing to say, have a good week, everyone. Fly safe, and we'll do it all again next week. We'll see you then. Take care. Have a good week.
Bye.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.